What's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'm going to be sharing something that most of you do not know about Wall Street Silver. Before we jump into this very interesting video, I did want to mention I'm doing a massive 60,000 subscriber silver giveaway, giving away a disgustingly large amount of silver. You do not want to miss it. Trust me. I also have an opportunity for you to buy some silver from one of the most respected, trusted bullion dealers out there, Miles Franklin. You can send them an email at info@milesfranklin.com. They also have some specials going on right now. Let them know you want one of those specials. I will cover everything for you in the description on how to purchase, also what's available, and let him know Silver Slayer sent you. I guarantee Andy Scheckman will love to hear it. He is the CEO. Now, a couple days ago, I was interviewing David Morgan on my channel. I highly recommend you go check out that interview. I brought up Wall Street Silver. I wanted to hear what he had to say about this subreddit. And like myself, David Morgan says he loves Wall Street Silver. A lot of people have misinformation or just bias, closed-minded, thinking that Wall Street Silver is just a couple people that jumped on the silver bandwagon, thinking they could squeeze the price up to $27,000, and when that didn't happen, they gave up. Most people think they gave up when the price corrected back downwards. Well, this is their main mistake. Wall Street Silver, just because they're not in the spotlight, doesn't mean they haven't still been buying silver, and they're actually buying more than ever right now. They're just not in the spotlight. They have 216,000 members. There's 1.3 thousand people online right now. You can go into live chats, you can talk to people, they have silver memes. There's a lot of action going on, and these are cold-blooded silver stackers. They're not just people on the SLV, buying digital silver, trying to just blah, 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 like all these people think. If they would take 5 seconds to come on here, they would see that these people are buying real silver more than ever. They understand the corrupt financial system and why. A lot of people also think that, or thought that, these guys didn't take silver seriously and we're kind of just getting into it just as some type of meme. But no, I could guarantee 95% of these people are silver stackers just like you and I, stacking for the same exact reason. But since people are closed-minded and don't want to take 2 seconds to go look into Wall Street Silver, they make themselves sound silly. Now, here's the thing. When I make videos talking about how the LBMA vaults are damn near empty, where do you think all that silver is being bought from? See, they're not even just doing silver squeezes anymore, hashtag silver squeeze. They're just naturally buying a lot of silver. And Wall Street Silver, like, myself and David Morgan said, is one of the best things to happen to silver in a long time. Silver has been swept under the rug, but when Wall Street Silver came on, they made silver mainstream. They put the everyday person that's never even heard about silver, some that's never even invested a single dollar in their entire life, to start buying silver. A lot of people switched from stocks to silver. 216,000 members. I wonder how many of those people came over or started stacking from this. How many of these people were previous silver stackers? I guarantee not that many. They are creating new silver stackers, and that's a beautiful thing. That's the whole point of my channel. You know how good it feels when someone emails me and says they started stacking silver because they watched one of my videos? That's the whole point. The whole point. So if you're hating on that, then you're really just completely missing the entire point of silver stacking, is to show people how to safely protect your hard-earned money. And if you're not in it for that reason, if you're not in this, at least for silver stacking channels, to help bring awareness to silver and help people put their money in something that's going to protect themselves, then you're in it for selfish reasons. And that's plain and simple. These guys aren't just trying to, squeeze the market, quote unquote. I mean, maybe they are, like we all are. We're buying silver because we know what's about to happen. The COMEX is already collapsing. The LBMA vaults are empty. But that doesn't mean that anything's wrong. I mean, just like the Hunt brothers, they knew where the dollar was headed, so they bought silver on the COMEX and turned those contracts into physical delivery, exposing the lack of silver or physical silver for where those contracts cannot be fulfilled, or those the requests are denied. Regardless, though, what's the difference if you're buying silver on the COMEX, turning it into physical delivery, or buying physical silver from your local coin shop like a lot of these guys, or just buying silver, period? What's the difference? What's the difference? I think it's a lot of just misinformation, or people are just closed-minded and won't take 10 seconds to come on this subreddit and see the community of real silver stackers that are being formed every single day. You can see I have 12,000 karma on here, and that's simply from just posting my YouTube videos. Every video I post on YouTube, I post it on here. I've gained 12,000 karma. You know, that's a lot of karma for someone who just made their account last year. And that shows that these guys are just people learning about silver, sharing their stacks. They even, bring some humor to it. There's a memes category, silver memes right here, and it just shows funny memes about silver, right? That's so critical to bring to the table, since investing could be so serious, and sometimes people miss the point, or you can actually get pretty stressed out if you're looking at the prices daily, or just really, getting caught up in the mix. Sometimes you got to step back out and remember, we are stacking for financial freedom, but you still can have fun with it, right? Buy what you like, have a laugh once in a while, and I think that's an awesome thing that this community also does. I mean, they've made billboards on the highways. I mean, there's actual billboards on some of these highways of Wallstreetsilver saying, the dollar collapsing, go buy silver now. They tried to make like a Super Bowl type commercial. They're interviewing the top dogs like David Morgan, and, talk about Mike Maloney. And, these are real silver stackers. But I think the main point about this is, and this is why I wanted to make this video, is the fact that people don't realize, and there's 1.5 thousand people online right now that you can go talk to in a live chat, 1.5 thousand people online, 216,000 members. How many hundreds of thousands of members do you think they'll have in a couple of years? How many of those hundreds of thousands more are you going to think, or do you think are going to find silver for the first time from this subreddit? This is a good thing. It's just the fact that people saw the creation of Wallstreetsilver from GameStop, and thinking that these guys kind of just came into this for the wrong reason. Maybe that was started how it started, but that doesn't mean that that's still what what Wallstreetsilver means. If you're a silver stacker and you're on here just posting your stack, what's so bad about that? But anyways, the main thing I'm trying to mention, and the whole point of this video, is that people don't realize these guys are still stacking just as hard, if not that meme is hilarious, if not more. Because now, I mean, when Wallstreetsilver started, when that whole silver rate thing happened that pushed the price up to $30, they only had probably 20,000 members back then. That was right when it started. Now they have 216,000. They're still buying silver. They're just not in the spotlight. And what do you think is going to happen when these, for example, I've made a lot of videos lately talking about the realistic possibility of the COMEX collapsing. That's a realistic possibility, by the way. What do you think is going to happen when that happens? What do you think? Silver's true price would get exposed. The silver shortage would get exposed. This is something that a lot of people think is just some myth or conspiracy. Do you know what happened when the Hunt brothers, a similar situation as Wallstreetsilver, buying up all the silver, and the COMEX was about to get exposed. But the government back then couldn't let these three brothers own up to 50, 60, 70% of the global silver supply, so they banned silver on the spot. And by the way, they couldn't buy gold at the time because gold was already banned at that period of time in 1979 to 1980. So those three brothers, the Hunt brothers, bought silver. Well, they owned all the silver and turned those contracts into physical delivery, which meant that there was only 30% of the original supply on the COMEX or the physical silver. They weren't going to let that happen. They banned silver on the spot, called Silver Rule 7. You had to sell it. Everyone panic sold, which led the price from $50, which, by the way, the price was currently $50 while that was all happening, back down to like $6. That was from the Hunt brothers. Now, Wallstreetsilver is a very similar situation. Regardless, it's not just Wallstreetsilver. That that was really what started this. But do you know how many videos I've made of billionaires coming into the silver world? I mean, there's one guy named Jeffrey. I'm not gonna say his last name, but you know who that is. There's also Jim Rogers, Warren Buffett, the lady from Texas that's a billionaire that placed that $50 million order from Miles Franklin, said she's going to be buying billions more, spending billions more. I forget who else. There's a couple other people as well, but regardless, billionaires are coming into this space now, and I don't see how this situation is going to play out for too much longer. Silver's true price will get exposed when industry realizes how precious and how scarce this metal is. Now here's another example. Another example. And as I was actually talking about what I was just mentioning, that billboard's the prime example of this. The manipulation of silver will end soon. And that's true. That's true. Technically silver should be $2,000, or if in a perfect world, and Joe Biden getting mad saying knock it off, stop buying all the silver, you know, in a perfect world. Oh, there we go. There are some of the billionaires I was just talking about. Warren Buffett, and that's funny. But in a perfect world, silver's price should be that. Now, we don't live in a world where things are perfect. Anywhere there's money behind the scenes, or anywhere there's money, there's corrupt, shady people behind the scenes. But no matter how many dollars you throw at silver in the markets trying to manipulate the price or keep the price low, that will never stop the force from something of physical, the lack of physical silver. No amount of dollars can defeat or even try to contest with the lack of physical silver. That goes down to the fundamentals: supply and demand, low supply, high demand. If there's no silver for us to go advance into this new green technological digital era that we're inevitably heading into, if we don't have enough silver to make solar panels and electric vehicles and 5G towers and silver lithium ion batteries and laptops and cell phones that are silver in the medical world, if we don't have enough silver for all that, which we don't, if you look at the LBMA vaults being emptied, which I could even pull up an article of them admitting it. If you want to look at all this, then, or even the Silver Institute, the holy grail of information, looking at the below ground supply versus above ground supply versus global demand, and even incorporating mining production into that. If you look at all this, it's not realistic, just like David Morgan said as well. It's not realistic, and when the industry realizes this, then silver's true price will be unfolded. When the COMEX collapses, that's the first step. Regardless, though, the whole point of this is showing that a lot of people don't know. Maybe Wallstreetsilver isn't in the headlines anymore, but they are buying silver just as much. And I highly recommend you jump over to this subreddit. I mean, I don't even use Reddit. This is the only page on Reddit that I use. Before Wallstreetsilver, I didn't use Reddit at all. Maybe some of you do. I'm sure a lot of you don't. But just come on here and join this community. It's incredible. It really is. And I'm not getting paid to mention this as a silver stacker. I highly recommend it. It's like a Facebook for silver stackers. You can post your stack on here. You don't got to make a YouTube channel and try to get, try to build it for years to get people to see it. You could make your account today, post an amazing post to your silver stack, and thousands of people could see it. Potentially 216,000 people could see it. You can gain a following without having to put in the work, from a YouTube channel. So, anyways, I just wanted to bring that to the table because I'm sure a lot of people underestimate Wall Street Silver, but remember, these guys are powerful, and this silver is still being bought up just as fast, but at greater weights, pun intended, since this subreddit's growing so fast as well. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Remember, if you want to purchase from Miles Franklin, send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. They got some deals going on right now. Ask about those deals if you want. Get a 2B Eagles, whatever you want. Generics, junk, whatever you want. Andy Scheckman has got you. I'm actually going to be doing or interviewing him or doing a little podcast type thing with him right after I am done recording this video. And I'm trying to get David Morgan back on as well. A lot of big stuff coming up. Make sure you stay tuned. Also, go enter my 60,000 subscriber silver giveaway. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.